Okay, we've given it a minute. I will open the meeting of the Commission on Aging for January 20th, 2021. Thank you all for joining us. Our first order of business is a discussion of the December minutes. And I know for a fact that, Peter, you have some significant changes to our minutes. We have two options. We can either have you read them in, or we can advise everyone via meeting that these have been sent to the Commission on Aging. And assuming there are no objections, we can have them approved. Your call, these are your objections.
All right, Joe, there are really no substantive changes at all. What I tried to do were a few things that needed to be tweaked, a few pieces of information added, and then I just reorganized them so it made for, I think, easier and more realistic reading. So as I said, there's no substantive changes, so I'd be good with just submitting it, unless anybody having any objections at appearing that way, rather than reading it.
Fair enough. Does anybody have any suggested changes first to Peter's edits? Hearing none. Does anybody have any other changes to the minutes from December? Fine. Can I have a motion then to move the minutes from December as amended by Peter Etter? Yes, I got to get a motion. Thank you, Mary. Can I get a second? Thank you, Jerry. And Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you, everybody. December minutes as amended are approved. Anybody wanting to read Peter's edits will see them in our January minutes, which will be issued in February, which will include this document with Peter's changes. Go to Beth for the Mather Center report. And Beth, I need you to unmute your microphone. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, we have basically tripled our virtual participation, which is a good thing. We have more people signing up for the little Zoom training. Now that we're doing only Zoom, it's a little bit easier for folks because all of the other senior center activities that we're offering through the other senior centers are all on Zoom. So I think learning one platform is easier than learning two, so that we're seeing a good uptick of people participating. We also have increased the amount of grab and goes that we're doing, which are programs that require people to pick up something in order to participate. And yesterday we did our first paint party, which was really beautiful. I mean, I can't even believe how pretty these paintings came out. What a good teacher that gal is. So we're gonna do that again. I think, Peter, you participated.
My landscape ended up looking like a munch.
Well, I have to tell you, there was somebody participating that's husband has pretty advanced Alzheimer's. She sent a picture this morning of both of their paintings, and his painting was quite beautiful. Very different, but quite beautiful. So that's another way of extending out. So we're gonna keep that going. We've been doing grab and goes bingos, which are a little nutty, but people love them. And we'll continue to do that. We're also partnering again with the youth services with our Valentine's project for next month, but we were coordinating it this month for our follow through for our go drive-through lunch. Drive-through lunch, we've gone back to Darien residents only because we are basically going towards 50 a day, which is a wonderful thing, but we probably won't go above 50. And we are going to be a third party clinic on Tuesday, starting next week for the vaccination. Darien residents home. I'll let Allie talk to you more about that because she's doing the lion's share of the work. I'm going to be one of the frontline workers down here. But for the 75 and up that are our residents, they're going to be able to have the wherewithal to come here, which is going to be a little easier for them, I believe. And I think it's going to be more efficient because the sign up process is very cumbersome. But we will not have lunches on Tuesday because the clinic's going to be from 9 to 3 until the foreseeable future. Let's just hope there's more vaccine being made, more availability other places. But for now, I think getting people vaccinated is probably the most important thing that we can do. We're also, just to let you know that Stacy's working very hard on spring and summer projects. If we're not going to be able to be in the building, we're going to have some wonderful entertainments. We're trying to come up with a nifty name for them, but on the patio, we've got really a lot of great things planned for the spring and the summer. And since Town Hall is officially not open on Fridays, they don't have Friday hours. We're going to take advantage of that. And that's going to be our day to, because we have less cars driving through, it'll be our day to utilize that area outside. We're also looking at, after this perk is this peak that we're going through, lessons that maybe will start again. We have to wait and see. And as the vaccine becomes more available, opening again incrementally for smaller groups like we were doing in September and October, numbers spike. So we're planning for, even now, for the spring and the summer, for outside and inside. It's going to be easier to move things inside when we can move inside. So we got to plan them for outside because that's the more cumbersome thing to do. Fairfield U connected with us again. They want to try to do the Matter of Balance through the nursing program virtually. So we'll see how many people, they don't have a big requirement like they usually do of like 15 students. They'll be happy if they get 4 or 5. So if that's a 6-week program. So we hope for their sake, that we can garner some folks for them. We don't realize this is affecting every institution from the standpoint of the way that they did their programming. And the more that we can get, so this is my little public service announcement, the more that we can get people onto Zoom and not being afraid of using it, the more ability that you'll have to participate in things. And I just want to give a plug for Brain Teasers and Twisters and Laugh Out Loud. I started with only like 4 or 5 people. Last Friday, I had 14 people on Brain Twisters and Teasers. And everybody now is getting used to that platform, and people are feeling like they came here. They had a program. So, as much as it's not as good as us seeing each other in 3D, you do feel much better after you participate in something. You do still feel connected. So, if you have the capability and you can get hooked up on the computer, either iPad or regular PC, we can help you. We're gotten a lot of people and to say to us, this is a lot easier than we thought. So, and if you are not wanting to do that, please give us a call because we're doing a lot for folks that are just have the telephone. There are activities and programs we're doing for them too. So don't hesitate in calling. We're here. The idea that we're closed, we're not really closed. We're providing service. We just can't use our building the way we used to. So call us between 9 and 3 every Monday and Friday. And even if you just want to chat, give us a call and, we'll have something for you to do or help you feel better and help you feel connected.
Thank you, Beth. Anybody have any questions for Beth?
I want to add, I think that the robocalls are really working very well, Beth, and thanks for doing that.
And the robocalls, we had a contest. Hats off to the winter. And thank you, Peter, for reminding me of that. And so many people participated. The winners are going to be in this week's email blast that we do. And that was so much fun. We thought of another one. So people were submitting quotes to us either by voicemail, because we got a bunch by voicemail, or by email of what makes them feel good about being in the cold of the winter. And we did all these categories, and several people are getting beautiful hand knit hats from our knitters who participated in it. So it's, there's imagination and creativity that's coming. And the robocalls, to your point, Peter, got us the most. Monday, I got more participation because of the robocalls. So to your point, yes, it's a great thing.
Beth, you had mentioned last month's meeting that you were looking into the exercise program. Has that gone any further?
We are in the process of getting a laptop because our exercise teachers don't feel comfortable doing Zoom from their own home. So they want a live stream from here.
Yeah.
we don't have the technology for them yet. And the 3 that are your favorites are not technologically savvy. So that's something Stacy is working on right now. I hope to have the equipment we need by next month.
Okay, that you're talking about Lisa too, right?
I'm talking about Lisa, Linda, and Elizabeth. Yeah,
Okay, great.
you're welcome.
Any other questions for Beth? Hearing none, thank you, Beth. Ally, we'll turn to you for our Human Services report.
Okay, good morning. Well, right now, Human Services is in full vaccine mode. We are helping the health department to keep a list of people over 75, again, over 75 for now, that need assistance in scheduling their appointments. As Beth mentioned, it's been very challenging for people, kind of regardless of your age, I think, but also people who are not as confident using the computers and technology to register online. So if there's any Darien resident who needs assistance in registering and they are over 75, they can call the Human Services Department at 203-656-7328, and we will add their name in order of how people call. We will add their name to our list of people to contact to schedule a vaccine when we have that available. As we speak, the first people are getting their vaccines in the town hall gym right now. Actually, I think they're on to the next, every 10 minutes. They have 3 nurses. Every 10 minutes, they have 3 people getting their vaccines. So it's 9:14, so we're already on to round 2. Anyway, so we're very excited. We're thrilled to be able to help the health department. As you can imagine, they were overwhelmed and inundated with calls. So we are trying to help just keep that list. And if anyone over 75 needs help, please call us and we will add your name to our list and call you back. I promise, in order of how you call. There's also, for people who would like immediate assistance, they can also call an 800 number the state has set up. I think that is also taking time for them to work out kinks, and I think it's overloaded, but that number is 877-918-2224. Again, it's 877-918-2224, and that's statewide. So that's really all we're doing right now. Not all we're doing. We're also helping our clients and doing our regular stuff, but right now that's priority number 1, just to get the people going, the 75 and over. The next clinic will be, as Beth said, starting in the senior center next Tuesday. And this is all good stuff. We're very happy to be a part of this and to make this happen. So other than that, we have our usual energy assistance, Operation Fuel. And I think I'm gonna say this every meeting, please, if you're over 65 or if you have disabilities and would like to be added to our emergency list, please contact us. We will call you prior to a storm and during a storm if there's power outages or any kind of major crisis or emergencies. Again, our number is 656-7328. And one more thing, so people are asking a lot, when can someone under 75 get the vaccine? As of today, it's still 75 plus. For those of you who follow it in the news, in the near future, they're going to lower it to 65 plus, and then they will also add essential workers and people under 65 with serious medical problems. But right now it's 75 plus. The best way to get updated information is to make sure you're signed up for Code Red, because every week Jamie Stevenson gives out a message regarding COVID and an update on Thursdays. She usually sends them out. You can go onto the town website and easily sign up if you have not yet. And if you need assistance signing up and are not confident, with your computer and tech skills, you can also call us at Human Services and we can help you sign up for that over the phone. I think that's about it.
Ally, I have a question for you. How
Yes?
are they doing the second shot? Are they scheduling with the people right then and there, or do they email them?
Yes, so the nurse, when the person meets with the nurse today, for instance, the nurse will schedule them for their second shot as well.
Okay, because I did have a shot already. I had it down at a clinic in Stamford, and they
Mhm.
said they would email. So, and I have yet to get an email, so.
So
All
in
right.
that case, I would follow up with that particular clinic.
Mhm.
I'm a social worker, I'm not a nurse, but my understanding is that where you get your first shot is where you will get your second shot. So
Yep.
that's why, like, when people are getting their vaccines today, the nurses will inform them of when they're gonna get their second shot here at Town Hall.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Any other questions for Ally? Hearing none, thanks everybody, and thank you, Ally. Moving forward, old business. Peter, you got any old business for us? Need to unmute your microphone.
I do indeed. I guess the most important one is that the tax aid program will begin again in January, this month, actually. AARP is not participating in the tax aid. It is a VITA program now. However, almost all of the AARP tax aid counselors have done both work and are working on it. It's going to be, for the most part, virtual. We're going to encourage people and teach people how to file remotely using the advice of those counselors. If someone is truly challenged and doesn't have access to computers, there are going to be visitations that will be allowed at the Darien Library. They're going to be very controlled, 15 minutes each, by registration only, no walk-in. The press release is out, so there'll be information in the Darien Times. Joe, I think I sent that press release to everyone and to you to get it distributed. So it's unfolding, but again, the plan is, again, to provide that service to everyone, not just to seniors, not just to people of certain income, but essentially people filing simple tax returns that need help and cannot do it by themselves online will be able to get the help. So, and that's been a very strenuous effort by a lot of people, again, because of the privacy considerations. But the privacy networks are there, they're set up, they're in place. Some of us are going to be virtual greeters, some of us are going to be present greeters. So I'm praying that we have no snow or cold weather between now and April the 15th, because I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of walking in the Darien Library parking lot. So that's number one. The second thing is the time capsule has been extended. Again, the Centennial Committee is meeting. They're going to be pushing the events that were scheduled for the spring probably into the fall. That gives an opportunity for that Book of Reflections to continue. Again, I've sent some information out. I'd encourage everyone to do it. Again, when else will you ever have an opportunity to leave a letter to friends and family in the year 2070? So again, I encourage your participation. The time capsule work has started in the high schools and the grammar schools and the middle school. So all of that is going forward. And again, the Bicentennial Committee will be putting out more public relations on that. AARP, the legislature is now in session. We're focused on reaching out to those that represent us. In the last 2 days, I've set up appointments with Terry Woods, with Senator Duff, Matt Blumenthal, yet to be heard from. Important, a fourth part, Senator Leone has surrendered his seat at the Senate. He's moving into the Transportation Department. So that is going to be an open seat. I believe Billy Miller's already thrown her hat in the ring for the Democrats. She represents a part of Stamford now. She would represent a new area. But again, remember, that covers a piece of Darien. And I believe they're going to have the runoff for that on March the 2nd. So again, important because it's a state senator representing part of our town. I think we ought to be on top of that. And again, I encourage your interest and participation. All of the commissions and meetings will be held virtually. And so again, you'll be able to participate. So follow what's going on in Hartford. And if, for example, you have a particular interest that is important to you, again, consider, instead of driving up 2 hours and driving back 2 hours to Hartford, participating virtually. Then the last thing is the Blight Commission met again, meets every month. You can listen to or watch the Blight Commission on Channel 79. I actually couldn't see it this month because it was only recorded voice, so there's just voice. And that work is progressing. I think a couple of properties are coming off the list, and so that work continues. And I think that's it, Joe.
Thank you, Peter. Moving on, Gina, do you have anything from At Home in Darien?
Yes, hello. I just wanted to report our first issue of 2021 of our Out and About newsletter should have been received in every mailbox in town this week, last week, and it was just an informative recap also of our annual meeting and the events that we had discussion. It just brings up great conversation points and information and education for people on ageism. So I encourage you all to take a look at that. If you need a copy, please contact my office. Happy to get those to you. And we're continuing to collaborate with different groups to reach people who are in their homes with holiday greetings, Valentine's Day coming up, and other holidays, to engage the kids in our community at the local schools with reaching out to seniors and keeping those intergenerational bonds strong. We also shared some information recently on our blog this actually it was yesterday, I think, with information regarding vaccination that was shared by Allie and Beth, just to have it, referrals back to the town of Darien, but just how people can understand and get their vaccinations is kind of clearly spelled out for people to take a look at if they have any questions. We'll also be mailing that to people who do not have a computer access. So that information will be mailed to people who have no computers.
Thank you, Gina. I found it fascinating watching one of the NFL playoff games over the weekend that I saw ageism referenced for the first time in an Indeed commercial, which was fantastic. A woman who said that she'd been effectively fired from her job due to her being in her 50s, and Indeed helped her find another job, and she actually used the term ageism. So it's getting out there as to what's going on out there, and kudos to AARP and all those folks who are making this issue known, and to the extent that even a national ad during a pro football game references the term.
Joe, I was on a Zoom call last night with AARP in Bridgeport, and there was reference to the presentation that Marie Allen gave. She's the executive director of SWACA at Home in Darien, and it is a really powerful presentation. And that presentation is on the athomeandarien.org website, and I encourage people to take 45 minutes and listen to it. It's so well done. It makes the point, and it puts a lot of emphasis on what needs to be done. So again, she's a great spokesman, and we need to encourage that. And to see it on a commercial, right, Joe? It's way overdue. Way overdue.
Thank you, Peter. Can I just chime in? The website address is athomeandarien.org. Just to clarify.
Thank you, Gina. I'm sorry, caller 2. I apologize. I thought that was Gina, but I see Gina's mic is muted. So caller number 2, thank you.
Oh, that's me as well. I'm in 2 places. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So it is Gina. Thank you, Gina. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I thought that was your voice, but I saw that thing. We're all good. Fantastic. Any other old business? Hearing none. Any new business? Hearing none. Thank you, everyone. Can I have a motion to adjourn the January meeting of the Commission on Aging?
I'll make a motion, Joe. Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. Second, Peter. Appreciate that. All in favor? All right. Thanks so much, everybody. I look forward to seeing you in February. Again, we will undoubtedly be virtual. Hopefully sometime in 2021, we'll be back in room 119. See you in February.